Hey guys, I have a quick story for you. Um, I try to only make these when I feel really inspired to do it, and so I have a story of a friend who just called me, and she was having a very horrible time. She called me and she decided to sublease her apartment to a lovely couple. She said they seem really nice, and and her friend lives in this apartment. And after about 2 or 3 months, they decided that they weren't paying the rent anymore. They came out and told them we're not gonna pay the rent anymore, and we do this all the time. And if if you give us too many problems, we're gonna kill you, or hurt you very bad. And she said they were doing things like psychologically to her that they would be playing things loud at night about how it's okay to beat women and things like that. And he pulled a knife on her, and they called the cops. But then he's a martial artist, so he has fake dummy knives too. So he showed them the fake dummy knife, and the cops did nothing, said that he didn't do anything wrong, and pretty much just terrorizing them all over the place. And when I heard this, my heart sank for her and things like that. But then I had to compose myself, and I had to recenter myself, just start breathing and relaxing, and just ask for guidance. And God, let me know whatever it is that she needs to know. Please give me the message so that she can get it. Because we can all get messages, but most of us are not trained in how to get messages, and we don't know how to. So I give messages to people all the time that don't know how to receive it themselves. So not long, I just continued to let her talk while I was receiving, and I knew exactly what I need to do after that, which I told her. She was never into the law of attraction. She never saw The Secret or anything like that, but she did believe in positive vibes, she said. So I told her to just suspend your disbelief and try this, and this is when things usually happen for people because they're desperate, and they're willing to try something new. And I told her the message I got for her was that this is working for your good, as though I believe everything is always working for our good, and that this is actually this situation is happening, as horrible as it may seem, to help you with your future, and the way and to be more powerful from this moment on. I was like, only a situation like this would have you open to what I'm going to tell you to do right now. And so, she listened, and I told her, I want you to go ahead and I want you to write down every night before you go to sleep. And when you wake up, you reread what you wrote, or you write another story, but write a story living from the end of what you want. Because right now, you are totally in a place of what you don't want. She said she felt depressed. She didn't feel like leaving the room sometimes and things like that. And she's never been in a place like this before. And she's a really beautiful soul, and kind person. And I told her right now, they're winning not because of physically they can harm you. They're winning because mentally they have defeated you, and you have to bring your mind. You have to bring your mind back up. You gotta bring your mind to a positive place. And I know you're feeling depressed because you are focused on what you don't want, and they're doing a very good job at that. Probably unconsciously. I'm sure they're not like skilled mental people, but unconsciously, they are they are basically destroying her mentally, and she's just focusing on what she doesn't want. She's probably thinking about all the worst case scenarios of her being injured or killed, or something happening to her friend, and all kind of things. It's like, you have to change that. You have to focus on what you do want. And so when you write your story at night, you write something like, I am so happy and grateful that they are finally gone. Hallelujah. They're no longer in my place. I'm free. See yourself like spinning around, dancing, like so happy, like, oh my God, we have it back. To talk to your friend and think, I can't believe we got our place back. I'm so happy, see yourself cleaning out their room and making the apartment back yours again, and just feel those feelings as you're writing the story of how amazing it is that they're now gone. And she told me she would do it. And a week later, she wrote me. About a week later, she wrote me and said, uh, something horrible happened. My friend, the guy attacked. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So they were in legal proceedings to get these people evicted, right? But because of the laws of that state, these people knew this and they knew how to work the system because they've done it before, that it would take a long time. So their lawyer was telling them that they probably won't be able to get them evicted until March. Right now, when this happened, this is October. And they said March. So this is part of her depression. Like, she would have to live with this for all this time, you know? And that's what they were saying, March to get evicted. And she saw no other way. So when I told her to do this, I was like, so it'll happen. It'll happen in a way you could never imagine. But if you get up, you write this every night, you read it in the morning, it'll happen. But you're not going to see how, you're not going to see when, and it's going to just happen like that. So it might feel like nothing's working. It might feel like nothing's happening, but keep doing it. Just trust what I'm telling you, it will work. Just keep doing it. And like I said, she did it for a week religiously, and then she texted me and said, oh my God, the guy hit, assaulted. She said assaulted my friend, and he ended up going to jail, and now he's out, but we have a chance of getting a restraining order now, and her friend is okay. It wasn't a bad assault because she said that her friend, I said, how's your friend? She said she's okay, she's just a little sore. So there was nothing broken, there's no wounds or anything like that. So maybe he just, pushed her or something. I'm sure, it's scary, but nothing majorly bad happened to her. And immediately she was like, it worked. And I didn't expect it to happen like that, but I mean, we're probably going to get a restraining order, I'm not sure. And I said, you know what? You are going to get the restraining order or better, but I want you to keep writing your story. Keep writing that story. Your manifestation is not complete yet. So keep writing it every night and read it in the morning, or just read the same story you wrote every night and every morning. And eventually, until the manifestation is done. And like 2 days later, she writes me back, we got the full thing. He can no longer be around us anymore. They got the why can't I think of the word now? But the restraining order. We got the restraining order. He can no longer be there. He's not in the house right now. He's gone forever. And his only thing left is his girl and the stuff. But she's not even in the house anymore. She hasn't come back for days. So I'm like, for the day or something like that. So I'm like, see, it worked. And she's so excited. And I reminded her that this was only here to serve you. This was here to show you another way of living and another way of creating. This is just the beginning. You did this and you see that it worked. And most importantly, when you do create something like this, you always want to remember that if it happens quick and easy, to be happy about that instead of saying that it would have happened anyway. That's a great way to diminish your power. Oh, this was going to happen anyway because it happened so quick and easy. No, you created that. And I reminded her that you created that, and she believes she created that. So now her life has changed forever, because anything she approaches in life, any kind of desire or anything like that, she knows how to do it. And it doesn't have to be emergency. You don't have to wait till things is crazy for you to do this. You can do it when you just want to create something. And I told her, even still, the girl is not 100% out now. They haven't seen her, but their stuff is still there. So continue writing your story. You don't stop until your manifestation is 100%. But they're pretty much done with that whole situation in such a short period of time. And I just wanted to share with you, the mechanics of this, why I told her, or why I got the message to do that. Because when I pray for somebody, when I ask God to give me clarity on what they need to know, it's different for everybody. The technique that came to me for her, I don't share with everybody. And the videos and stuff that I sent to her, I sent her The Secret and some stuff on Laura Day, which is intuitive. And that doesn't come to me for everybody. But for her, it was very specifically tailored by the universe for her. And this was the reason why writing it at nighttime is so important, is because you want the last thing on your mind to be what it is that you desire. You want to embody and feel whatever it is you want. That's why they say never go to sleep mad and angry. And she was going to sleep with fear in her heart. So she was waking up with fear. That's why she was depressed and she didn't want to leave her bed. Whatever you go to sleep with becomes amplified, because as you fall asleep, your brain patterns are changing and you're becoming more relaxed. You're going into an alpha state, and then delta, then theta. I'm not 100% sure about that, but you're going into like deep sleep, right? As your conscious mind relaxes and you start your mind starts relaxing, and you start going into these other states like alpha state and things like that. Whatever you start focusing on, whatever you're feeling, is what is programming your subconscious, and your subconscious is the operating system that attracts whatever is coming into your life. So you can consciously want something, but if you subconsciously, fear that thing, or repel that thing, it's going to be really hard for you to get it, if you could even get it. So you always want the subconscious on your side. So one of the easiest ways to do it is as you fall asleep, to think and feel about what you want, whether it's writing a story, visualizing it, affirming it, watching something before you go to bed. It's up to you, whatever works best for you. Listening to a song, whatever, meditate. But you can also get to that state, those alpha states, and reprogram the subconscious states from doing meditation throughout the day. Do a meditation to relax your mind, then go ahead and do the visualization or something like that. And also, first thing in the morning is what sets the tone for your day. So it's very important. And as you go to sleep, however you go to sleep is usually how you wake up. So that's why that's one of the most powerful techniques for manifestation, and it's taught heavily by Neville Goddard. One of the examples I'm going to leave you with that Neville Goddard talks about, that to me is a very powerful, to show you how powerful your subconscious is he had this thing called the ladder technique, where he would have his students, potential students, do this exercise where throughout the day they would have to climb a ladder in their mind. Not climb a ladder in mind, but affirm that they're climbing the ladder through their mind, right? No, that they're not climbing the ladder. Sorry, that they're not climbing the ladder. So they would say, "I'm not climbing the ladder." They would have like affirmations on their wall in the bathroom. "I'm not climbing the ladder," and they just say it all day as much as can. But when they went to sleep at night, what they would have to do is visualize and feel themselves climbing up a ladder, right? Climbing up a ladder. And when they actually, the students that actually did this technique, but there's one guy that I saw the video, and he said he went to his brother's house. This was happening all week. He was doing this, climbing the ladder in his sleep, and saying, "I'm not gonna climb the ladder in the daytime." And he wanted to prove that Neville was wrong. He was a skeptic. He was like, if a ladder even comes into my reality, I am not climbing it. I'm not climbing it. I'm gonna show him that this is all BS, blah blah blah. And the day came, he went to his brother's house. His brother was doing something on the roof, and his brother asked him to get something for him. And next thing you know, he's at the top of the ladder, handing him the stuff. And he didn't realize till he already climbed the ladder that he's been saying all week that "I'm not going to climb this ladder." And so that was a good example to show you that your subconscious programming is way more powerful than what you do in your conscious mind. So it's very important for you to focus. It's very important for you to do whatever you need to do to reprogram your mind subconsciously, because if you're trying to create something, especially if you're doing affirmations and all this stuff, and maybe even visualizations, and you find like it's really hard, like you're having a hard time doing it, it's most likely because your subconscious beliefs are in opposition to what you're trying to do consciously. So the conscious mind, affirmations, all that stuff is great, but the most important thing to do is to reprogram your subconscious.